Divine healing codes are a quantum tool used for healing. They're said to change reality on a quantum level. The basic premise of divine healing codes is that numbers are nature's way of communicating and that everything can be explained with numbers. For example, let's examine the Fibonacci sequence of numbers. This is a geometrical proportion that is found everywhere in nature, from how flowers grow to the shape of the universe. The order goes as follows, and it goes all the way into infinity. Each number is the sum of the previous two numbers. This series of numbers is known as the Fibonacci numbers, or the Fibonacci sequence, and you can learn more about how this was determined by following the link in the description. The ratio between the numbers is frequently called the golden ratio, or golden number. And this sequence appears in nature often enough to prove that it reflects some naturally occurring patterns. Let's look at how these fascinating numbers are expressed in nature. If you were to look at the seeds in the center of a sunflower, you would see what appears as spiral patterns curving left and right. And if you were to count these spirals, your total would always be a Fibonacci number. You can also decipher spiral patterns that reflect the Fibonacci sequence in pine cones, fruits and vegetables, such as pineapples and cauliflower, the branching of trees, sea life, within honeybee colonies, and even in humans. If you were to look at yourself in the mirror, you would see that most of your body parts follow the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 5. 1 nose, 2 eyes, 3 segments to each limb, 5 fingers and toes. The proportions and measurements of the human body can also be divided up in terms of the golden ratio. And DNA molecules also follow this sequence, measuring 34 angstroms long and 21 angstroms wide for each full cycle of the double helix. This ratio exists because the particular growth patterns associated evolved as being the most effective. For example, in plants it might mean maximum exposure for light or maximum space for seed arrangement. So you may see how nature has perfectly designed itself, and how we might be able to tap into these quantum healing codes and use them to our advantage by perfectly designing our bodies, mental states, and life in general. Although as humans we understand communication through words, numbers, mathematics, and formulas have existed in nature since the beginning of time, and they will keep existing whether we use them to our advantage or not. Let's take a look at how these quantum healing codes are said to work. There are 3 really simple ways to use them. Writing the code on the part of the body that has discomfort, or writing it on a sticker and placing that sticker on the body where there's discomfort. Writing the code in the air over the part of the body that has discomfort. Or typing out the number on your phone or tablet and then holding that device over the body part that has discomfort. It's also said that you can set an intention for your quantum code to effectively assist you, and then add that in the ways just listed to your food or water before consuming them. How much practice, desire, intent, and trust you hold will make the difference in the healing you receive. When using this practice, you balance the energy in your body so it can achieve self-healing. This is energy healing, much like Reiki. And if you're experienced with energy healing or are interested in it, this could be a great addition to the practices you already use. The list of codes is quite extensive and covers everything from physical ailments to financial blocks, family issues, phobias, neutralizing toxins in food, spiritual awakening, codes specifically created for animals, and many, many other things. Following are a few of the codes that I believe will be helpful for those individuals that are looking to create more positive outcomes in their life. These specific codes lean towards self-help and manifestation. Keep in mind that the spaces between the numbers are important, and be sure to copy them exactly as written for them to work. If you are interested in this particular subject and would like to use these codes for self-healing, you can click the link in the description to research more about this subject. It's quite interesting just how much science is associated with these quantum healing codes, and I encourage you to do the research on it for yourself.